Alright guys, I have here on me the Oneplus 6T. Yeah, I know I'm really late. Just about every other YouTuber has had this phone for like 2-3 weeks already. So because I'm so late on the 6T, I'm not gonna do my usual unboxing and just overall first look. Instead, I'm just gonna tell you why I think OnePlus's software, OxygenOS, is the best damn software in all of smartphones. So one of the things I always complain about other phones is they force you to reach all the way to the top to bring down the notification shade. So this is the case on Huawei's phone and on Google Pixel, so even the stock Android phone. So on Huawei's phone, if I swipe down from here, it goes into this like iPhone rip-off search menu. So I have to reach from the top to bring the notification shade. Now think about it. Nowadays, every phone is too tall for a normal person to reach all the way up top. I mean, unless you're like Kawhi Leonard or something. Nobody can reach up top without having to adjust the grip. Same thing, that's the case when you use iPhones too. iPhones might be the worst because you have to reach upper right corner to bring down this control center. So again, watch people who use iPhone 10s. You see them constantly having to shuffle their hand to do this in public, and that is just so dangerous to do. With the OnePlus 6T, you can just swipe from here to bring down notification shade. You can swipe anywhere. It's awesome. So another little things that they do, the app folder. In many other phones, again, I'm using the Huawei as example because I'm actually not a big fan of EMUI. When you hit on the app folder icon, you see the apps pop up in the middle. And now again, if I'm using it from one hand, it's slightly hard for me to reach, right? Especially since this is a big phone. But I have this problem with the LG V40 too. So now same thing. I hit on the folder, you see the app icons are kind of like a stretch for me to reach. I have to like extend my finger all the way. So OnePlus, it's really just ingenious for them to just put all the app icons down at the bottom in the folder. I mean, doesn't it just make sense? I mean, how easy it is for me to reach here compared to this? Another thing I really like about OnePlus software is off-screen gesture. So when the screen is off, you can draw a circle to launch your camera, and you see it's relatively fast. And my favorite feature that's only available on OnePlus phones is you can control music playback on the lock screen too. So I will play a song. I hope I don't get some copyright violation from YouTube. Okay, so now that the screen is off, I can draw a pause symbol to pause the music. And then if I want to play again, I just have to do that pause symbol again. And then if I want to skip to the next track, I just have to draw an arrow. Just like that. So you can control your music without having to wake up your phone. On something like a Huawei, you have to not only wake up your phone, you have to unlock your phone because Huawei's EMUI doesn't give you lock screen widgets for music control. So again, little things. And then this feature, I shouldn't credit OnePlus because OnePlus copied from LG, but double tap on the screen to lock the screen. Double tap on the screen to wake. That is awesome. LG basically pioneered this, and I don't know why every phone company don't just copy this. So I really like that you can adjust the theme of your notification shade and also just the whole system-wide menu system. So we'll go into themes. So see, right now I have it set to be black and pink. I don't know, I just like this combination, maybe from Bret the Hitman Hart from WWF. So you can go light, you change it to white, and then if I want, I can make the accent color green, blue, pink, yellow, whatever. So accent color, let's make it green. So now you see my menu is white and green. Notification shade is white and green. So you get more customization. So speaking of customization, OnePlus lets you use third-party icon app. Tap an icon pack, I can go to more and download different icon packs. So I can completely customize the look of my phone without needing to use a launcher. On other phones, again, on LG's phone or Huawei's phone, I cannot use another icon pack unless I install a third-party launcher. So if I want to use EMUI, I'm stuck with EMUI's ugly ass, square-ish, wannabe iPhone icons. And then there's just a lot more of these like customization options and shortcuts. So you can use 3 fingers swipe down to grab a screenshot. That's easier than having to press 2 buttons, right? Okay, and then also while OxygenOS does not have an always on display, it has a really good ambient display. So you see it basically is an always on display, except it's not always on. It will show you the time, date, your notification. So you can bring up by tapping on the screen or just moving your phone a little bit. And whenever you get a notification, it actually lights up in black and white and shows you a little bit like a preview of it. So I really like that because sometimes, or a lot of times really, I'll be at a coffee shop working and I get a WhatsApp message or a Gmail, and the screen will light up black and white, so it's not too distracting, and the text will be there, and I'll be able to just glance at it and know, okay, that's not an important message I'll need to answer. Again, on a Huawei phone, if I get a notification, I have no idea what it is. All I see is a light that flashes, and I have to turn on the screen just to see. The only thing missing from OnePlus's OxygenOS software, it's a one-hand mode. For some reason, OnePlus has never implemented it, but the 6T, it's so slim that I don't actually need it. I can reach all the way across. But it still would be nice to be able to just shrink the screen down to this size like I can do on LG, Huawei, Samsung phones. So now let's look a little bit more at software. So you have Android Pie right here. It's the latest version of Android, and OnePlus's version of it looks very nice. So you see, you still have these rounded icons all around. You see the corners of the notification card is rounded. Everything's nice. When you press the power button, the menu pops up from the side. This is completely Android Pie. Just it's very clean, very fluid. So just check out the animation of the notification shade as I pull it down. It's very smooth. Kind of has this little bounce to it. It's very nice, very aesthetically pleasing. So now let's talk about the in-display fingerprint reader. It has been working really good for me so far. You see, look at how fast it is. And I haven't encountered any like failure to scan yet. It's just been working for me so far 100% of the time, but I've only been using this phone for 2 hours. This fingerprint sensor seems to be better than the implementation in Vivo and even Huawei. You know, we gotta do the video test. So this is 50% right now. So this is only a single bottom fine speaker. So one of the weaknesses of the OnePlus 6 is still here. This is a pretty weak speaker. We'll go to max volume. Yeah, you see at max volume there's distortion. So the speaker grill is weak, and now they don't have a headphone jack too. I mean, they do give you a dongle, but so this phone's audio capabilities are a little bit below par. So OnePlus's software is so damn good that anytime I review a OnePlus phone, I feel like I want to use this phone full time. My only issue with the phone, as always, is the camera ultimately isn't as good as the newest Huawei or the newest Samsung, newest LG, newest Apple. It's always like a little bit below. It's not a bad camera at all, but other phones may be like A cameras. This is like a B plus camera. Now I haven't tested the 6T's camera enough. It seems to have been improved, but you know, I've read reviews elsewhere already. It doesn't appear like the OnePlus 6T's camera it's better than the Huawei Mate 20 Pro, for example, and definitely like can't beat a Google Pixel 3. But you know, I need to take photos a lot, so I'm picky like that. But I think for most people, you can take a little sacrifice in photo quality to get this awesome software experience and of course the savings. So this is probably once again the best value on the market. Although now we have the Poco phone and the Xiaomi Mi Mix 3, and those are, you know, also really good deals. But you know, Xiaomi phones software isn't as good as OxygenOS, and Xiaomi phones, they don't always work in the US, and they don't always work in Europe too. You have to buy the Europe version. If you buy the China ROM of Xiaomi phones, you're screwed because the China ROM is terrible. Now OnePlus, they do have a China version too. In China, if you buy a OnePlus phone, you get Hydrogen OS, and it sucks. It has no Google apps and it's filled with the usual Chinese bloatware shit. But OnePlus lets you download OxygenOS and import that into your phone. So another thing that OnePlus does that other phones don't do. If you buy a Chinese Huawei phone, it's very hard to get the international Huawei software on there, but OnePlus just lets you do it in like maybe 30 minutes. So this is an OLED panel. It looks pretty nice. I'm going to put this further to the test later. From my early impressions though, it looks like the OLED panel doesn't get that bright. Not as bright as on the iPhone XS, for example, but really good screen otherwise. So the notch, yeah, it's smaller, but it is what it is, so I'm not really going to talk much about the notch. And the back feels a little bit different than previous OnePlus phones. This has that frosted look like of the LG devices, so it's less prone to getting fingerprints on it, unlike the iPhone, which if you touch the back, it immediately looks very smudgy. So this looks nice, it feels good, and Feels pretty grippy too, you see? So I'm not even grabbing the phone right now and it's sticking to my fingers because I have sticky fingers. Oh, and one more thing I want to address. One of my biggest complaints of OnePlus 6 is that the haptic engine was pretty bad. OnePlus has improved on that. It's still not as good as an LG V40, which is like the greatest haptic engine in Android. But this is solid. Like when I type now, I can feel haptic feedback from the individual keys. Whereas before, on the previous OnePlus phones, when I type, the phone just kind of rumbles all around. It just felt very mushy. So this is much better. So this is an early impressions of the OnePlus 6T, and basically my reasons for why I think OxygenOS is the best software around. I'll be back with a more in-depth impression or a review, whatever, later on. Thanks for watching.